and welcome to Think Future. My name's Chris Calabucas, and once again we're coming at you live from deep in the heart of Silicon Valley, California. We're talking innovation, startups, the future, not necessarily those, and not necessarily in that order. If you're watching on YouTube, smack that subscribe button, hit that bell so you can be notified when a new show comes online. And if you're listening on your favorite podcast service, please subscribe and please drop a note on Apple Podcasts. I greatly appreciate it. Now, everyone knows Grimes. Grimes was a one-time girlfriend of Elon Musk. And I think they have a kid together. This is the one that they named really funny. It was like XYZ, ABC, like a bunch of characters and squiggly brackets and stuff like that. Anyway, Xander, I have no idea what the kid's name is. But she's talking about, she's a creative. She's an artist. She does music. I forget what all she does. But she came out with a statement this week saying that AI has sort of reinvigorated her creative juices. And I can totally understand that. Because I said this before when I was talking to you about that book that I created with ChatGPT, the 9 Rules for the Future. Oh, wait a second. That's right. I have a few extra copies, so if anybody wants one, just let me know. Send me an email at thinkfuture@gmail.com, thinkfuture@gmail.com, and I will send you a paper copy of 9 Rules from the Future. This is a book I wrote with ChatGPT. That's right, folks. And the reason I wrote this book with ChatGPT was a couple of things. You know what? Riffing with it is actually really cool. It really helped me jazz up my creative juices. I think I was telling you about this time travel novel I'm writing. So I'm writing this time travel novel, and I'm constantly riffing with ChatGPT on how the characters are going to work, how the characters, like what the characters are like, so like certain scenes, like it'll create scenes, and sometimes it hallucinates, it creates like scenes that do not exist. I'm like, forget it, I'm going to ignore that. But it causes sort of mental spinning to happen in my brain. And it lets me create more things that are more creative. It'll actually pop out things that I've never thought of about a situation. Like, let's say, for example, I have my characters in a situation where they needed to get out of the situation. And I couldn't figure out how to get them out of the situation, because this happens to me all the time. I put my characters in this situation, and I figure the characters themselves are going to be able to figure it out, right? And maybe one of the characters will come up with some brain wave of an idea, and it'll all of a sudden will happen, and the characters will figure their way out of the situation. So I asked ChatGPT, I said, so I have this long thread going for this one book. And I said, okay, they're in this situation. You've got the bad guys on one side, you got them on the other side, and they're facing off against each other. And the good guys need to get out of the situation. Of course, it's not as cut and dried as good guys, bad guys, but you know what I mean. Our protagonists need to try and get out of the situation. And I couldn't figure out how to get them to get out of the situation. They couldn't just talk them their way out of the situation, because both sides are so, fanatic about their view of reality that there's no possible way one can convince the other, hey, let us go, we're going to be able to do it. So there has to be some way of doing it. So I asked that. I said, tell me what you think. Can you come up with, say, 5 different ways they could get out of this situation? And it came up with some of the most creative ways that I never thought of getting them out of this situation. And in the end, I didn't actually use one specific one. I combined a couple of other, but it wasn't the fact that it actually created these situations and I was just going to pick one and use it. That's what a lazy author does. A lazy author would just go to ChatGPT and say, hey, ChatGPT, tell me how to get out of this situation. Bam, I'm going to use that. No, what you do is you work with it. You're not just, it's not writing for you. You're doing the writing. It's helping you write. It's your creative writing buddy. So you take the situation, you think to yourself, aha, this is not the solution. This has sparked me to come up with a solution, which is better than all the other ones that I came up with. Had I not asked ChatGPT the question of what should they do? How do they get out of this situation? Then I would never have been given the prompt to figure it out on myself. Because if you think about it, it's exactly both. It works both ways. You prompt ChatGPT to give you an answer, and in that answer, that is a prompt for you to come up with your next thing. So all creators out there should not be freaking out about ChatGPT and OpenAI and AI. They should be going, hallelujah, here is a buddy that I can bounce ideas off of and get ideas from to trigger new creativity in my brain. And some creators are embracing it and they are understanding it, and others are freaking out and going, oh my God, it's the end of the world. In fact, there was an article on AIdaily.us where some companies were basically saying, see ya, to their creative partners. They're going, well, I don't need you anymore. I can just go to Leonardo or Stable Diffusion and create my images there. And if you think about it, they could absolutely do that. But will they get good images? Will they get images that are kind of what they want? I'll bet you anything that those companies that go to AI asking for, like, they give up their creative partners to go to AI, after a while, they'll be coming back to those creative partners. Because you know what? Like I said, AI on its own, it cannot do the job. What we need are digital centaurs. Humans and AI working together to create something new, something greater, something better. That's where we're going. That's it for me for today. See you next time, and until then, don't forget to think future.